Hi, welcome to Project Manage This, and we'll be looking at Wrike.com. How does it differ from Podio and Trello? So we really like Wrike. It is a true project management tool. So let's just show you how. So like Trello, like Podio, like Asana, like all of those, you can create a team. So you can start adding new users. So you can add users here, in which you can enter their email, all those kind of things, and send invitation, which is really easy to do. But the one thing that is similar in terms of Podio and Trello, so you have what's called the stream. So up here you've got your inbox, just so what it looks like. So this is where you can send invitations and send them backwards and forwards. You've got my work, and we'll get to that a bit later on. You've got dashboards, again we'll get to that later on, of all the different dashboards, and then you've got different reports. So, you know, what's the weekly status, projects due this month, time spent this week, etc, etc. But Stream is the one that's quite useful. So Stream has at the top level lists. So this is one I've created earlier. So this is how to make a cup of tea. Very British. So adding a new task is very easy, in which you can, let's say, open cupboard. Okay, and it's as simple as that. And if you then want to get into more detail about that, you click on that task and you put it as a set date. You add it as an assignee. You even add subtask. You might even want to add a different description. So this is very, very like Podio, very similar to Podio in that way. Slight difference with Podio is that you can then go on to timeline. Now this is very, very similar in terms of looks to Microsoft Project, if you've ever used that. So now what happens is you've got all of those tasks assigned to the individual lines in a project plan, in the schedule. Now it doesn't do network diagrams, if you know what that is, but it does allow you to start developing your plan. So for example, if you want to put a tea bag in a cup, for example, you might want that to the predecessor to be number 10 there. Okay, so what that means is that you can start playing with open cupboard, put tea bag in the cup, and then let's have a look. Where's, as you can see, it's all a bit over the place. Boil kettle can happen at the same time as opening the cupboard, and then you can pour the boiling water. So that needs to have predecessor 3 and predecessor 12. Example. So what you can see there is you can see that opening the cupboard, then you can start boiling a kettle and put the tea bag in the cup, pour your boiling water, etc, etc, etc. So you can start to link all of these tasks, and then you can that again, it shows you the dependencies, so you can straight away look where are, you know, what's the dependency on opening the cupboard, a subtask. But the other interesting thing is you can start the timer, and what that means is that you can start working on this task, on this activity. So if, for example, this was software development, and you are needing to write code or develop some kind of new script, you can start your timer going. Let me go back to stream again so you can see. So I can go back to list, and then go to, I can't remember which one it was, open cupboard. Started working, and then you can put, yeah, I completed it. Okay, change status to completed. So it gives you an indication of what time did you start the work and what time did you complete it. Now that can be quite useful, like I was saying before, in software development and things like that. And then if I go back to the timeline, what happens is on that open cupboard, you now can able to click on it and actually find that that is a it should be a completed task. Don't know why they didn't say that. Don't know. Do that. So that turns green there. So what that means is that you've got a very quick visual look at the schedule with the Gantt chart. And like I was saying earlier, you can then share that with other individuals. There are other things you can do with this. So you can look at the table of tasks. So what is the status of the task? In new, in progress, completed. So for example, if I go back to the list again, if I say that pouring, I don't know, boiling a kettle, where's boil a kettle? Boil a kettle, there you go. Let's start that timer, okay. Let's say that's in progress. If I then go back to the table, it tells me that's in progress at the moment. And you can change on here who it's assigned to, so you can start putting the name of the people, how long the duration is, etc, etc, etc. So this is, if you've used Microsoft Project, this is your task list as such. You've got also boards, so this is very, very similar to Trello and Podio, slightly different in which it defines the board according to what's your new task, what's your in progress task, and what's your completed task. You've also got time log, so it helps you keep a track of the hours spent on tasks and evaluate effectiveness of employees. So this, is quite useful if you've got remote teams, especially if you're software developing, in which you can just check how long they've been taken to do the work. Boil kettle up there. I can pause that now. Add entry, work undertaken. There you go. So if I now go back to the list, and I go to boil kettle, so there you go. Worked for 1 minute and work was undertaken, so everyone can see that, and then I can tick that as completed. So it's that easy, and the thing we really like is this, is the timeline, is this. So this is starting to link what Trello does and Podio does, which is all the kind of lists where you can assign checklists to individuals, so use it in an agile kind of sprint way, but starting to also develop a means of capturing those tasks into a project plan. Without taking those tasks, putting them into a Microsoft project plan, it can all happen in one location. The other thing as well is you can have additional columns. It's not as extensive, it's not really built like that as Microsoft Project, but it still does a pretty damn good job at doing it. That's about it really. I mean, there's other functionality in terms of you can have different dashboards and you can have, where's it gone? Different reports. So weekly project status, you can have overdue task by assignee who's not delivering. You can even do a new report from scratch. So you want to look at your projects, you want to look at personal projects, you want to look at the status of them if they are completed, and you want to look in the column form. You want to save and view that. So at the moment there isn't any projects in that criteria, but it means if I go back to my reports, it will give you an indication of that report that I've just created down here. So you can start creating reports and start generating dashboards for your projects. I hope this has helped. Please do link, there's an affiliation link in the comments at the bottom. It really would help us if you link into that. You get an extended trial period for this, so that would really help us. Please like, please subscribe, please go to projectmanagerthis.com as well for our blogs on project management, and I hope this has helped. Okay, thank you, bye bye.